We're working on the final edits to They've Always Called Us Crazy. So I'm reading chapters out loud to the crew, Miss Picklesaurus herself, little baby E, baby Yo Yo, and Big Teddy. We have to think of something better, Big Teddy, but it's such a funny name now that it's like almost stuck. And you'll see that Picklesaurus is wearing the famous Wampus cat with Grim Reaper kind of chalk tee found at a consignment shop. So we're reading. I catch the little final mistakes, published chapter by chapter on Substack with the read along, and we're marching towards getting this bad boy completely done and ready for holding the first paperback. So let's go into chapter 37. Are you guys ready? They're ready. Chapter 37. The wolves kept watch. Forget man versus bear. Man versus dog loses every time. They said healing would come from men. We knew it would arrive on four legs, covered in fur, teeth bared in love. Tree of Wampus. Toward the end of my COVID relationship, we adopted two blackmouth cur puppies, Lokwa and Wea, wolves both in name and soul. We went to meet one, came home with two. I fell for the runt. He picked the bigger sister, the only two in the litter who looked like each other. They were mine before the adoption papers printed, before their paws hit the car floor. The imprinting was instant. I was theirs, they were mine, not pets, pack. He and I are both Cherokee descended, so we had this Wolf Clan mythos built into our inside world. Halloween costumes, a wolf named Camper. But what I didn't know then, what I only understand now, was that these weren't just dogs. They were guardians, placed in my path by something ancient, something that knew what was coming. Too many Rhodesian Ridgeback twins, glowing red embers licking at my feet. Because 2 months later, I kicked him out after another drunken spiral, packed up his kids' things, dropped him off at the business we co owned, a problem to be dealt with later, left him finally, and the wolves stayed. Cosmic whisper from the wolves. You didn't call us. We were already coming. We felt the fire in your bones before you knew you were burning. Let's try that again. Cosmic whisper from the wolves. You didn't call us. You were already coming. I messed it up again. This is when I need a break. Okay. Cosmic whisper from the wolves. You didn't call us. We were already coming. We felt the fire in your bones before you knew you were burning. When they turned their backs, we turned toward you. When your voice trembled, we howled for you. When the world called you unstable, we circled in stillness and said, no, she is becoming. You don't need a pack that performs sisterhood. You need one that shows up bare toothed and blood honest. That's why we came. We are not pets. We are ancestors, and we are never leaving. They watched me unravel, then rebuild, then unravel again. They flanked me in bed when the night terrors came. The heat of their bodies pressed against mine, their breath thick with the wild smell of pine and fir. They stood watch when I cried on the kitchen floor. One curled on my stomach after I was tackled at the airport. The other licked the sedation from my skin when I came home from the hospital. When my sister and ex colluded to try and keep me locked up for 30 days, the wolves paced, guarded, growled at shadows I couldn't see, because they knew they were given orders by the ancestors themselves, orders passed down through the Cherokee Wolf Clan bloodline. When no one else could be trusted, not friends, not lovers, not blood, they never once looked away. They were Wampus cats, just like Massey. And when I finally stopped longing for men who shatter me, when I realized he would never come back with love or regret or truth, The wolves were already there, already enough. I stopped calling them my dogs, started calling them my family. Because even when I thought I couldn't go on, when I lost my businesses, when the world turned upside down and my inbox was filled with silence instead of help, I still had my wolves. I still had their breath on my skin when I woke up shaking. I still had their eyes locked on mine when I felt like disappearing. I still had their bodies flanking mine like bodyguards from a dream I hadn't dared write down yet. There were nights I thought I'd never trust again, never love again, never feel safe again. But I had a pack. And when you have a pack, you survive. That required something wilder, something ancient, something with fur and fangs and the kind of love you don't question. They didn't just steady me, they reminded me you can lose everything and still never be alone again. When I walk into the next battle, it's not with a lover at my back, it's with a pack at my flank, howling the way forward. And when I rise, it's not with a man at my side, it's with wolves. From the Wampus Cat herself. We watched you, granddaughter of fire, watched you love too hard, watched the men crumble, watched the bridges burn. So we sent you breath and bite, two wolves, two mirrors, proof that love can be loyal, proof that family can be chosen, proof that wild things stay when the tame ones run. They are my blood, you are my voice, and now when you howl, the mountain listens. As they sleep, listening to the chapter all about them.